My eyes are watering so much. Hello and welcome back to the It's Time podcast. I'm Mariah, that bitch is Kaylee, and welcome to the show. Today's episode is sponsored by Flower Bloom.
Yeah.
Holy hell. I just got lightheaded.
Oh my god, are you okay?
No.
Oh.
Never. Never.
Me?
Me?
Never.
Okay. Am I okay? It's from
Am I okay?
Am I okay?
Yeah, you be quoting that lately. That's like your line lately.
It's so good.
Which is
because
so
it's
relevant to life.
It's so relevant. If you don't watch Broad City, please go watch Broad City. It's the most quotable, funniest show ever.
At me next time.
I wasn't even thinking about that. I'm trying to get Kaylee on the Broad City train.
We just watched one not that long ago, right? We
At
watched one at
Rachel's.
Rachel's.
Were you watching it?
What was it about? Let me think.
No,
I'm pretty sure I was watching it. But did we finish the episode? Like, I don't know.
we did. And then we watched another one. But I don't think we finished the second one. I think we just turned it on.
It
You
was after my
guys-
date and you guys were no.
We did watch it after your date, and then you came over and it was playing. But that wasn't the same time, I don't think, as when
No,
you
we like
watched it.
fully watched it
Yeah.
at a separate time. Anyways, doesn't matter.
You know what? Today's gonna be a tange, yip yappy ADHD flabala ding dong of an episode. I'm on a mood.
You are on one
Yeah.
from the moment you walked in.
Thank you. You know,
I wish you could have seen your eyes just now. Thank you.
You know, I work in corporate, which means my mornings are early, but they're not like early, like a teacher's morning would be.
Yeah.
So like, you know, typical 9 to 5. Like 9's not the worst thing in the world. I do have like a 40-minute commute though, so it makes
So it's
my mornings
Earlier.
earlier. Like if I ever work from home, it's like, this is so crazy because I can get up 20 minutes before I have to clock in.
Yeah.
Do all the things I need to do, like make my bed, put on my clothes, wash my face, like.
Well.
But you know, but today it's Monday, by the way, right now, and I had a meeting at 8 a.m. because it's an international client.
Big meeting.
I had a really big meeting today, and it wasn't just like, oh, an 8 a.m. It was like an 8 a.m. really important on a Monday morning. It was like pretty stressful. But I got there like 30 minutes before the meeting because I wanted to like get into office mindset, and I needed my meds to kick in. And so it's just been I think like, not even that it was a longer day by an hour isn't that crazy, but like with what it was, it just has felt like a much longer day because of what it was.
An hour earlier versus an hour later is totally different.
Totally different. So,
How did your meeting go?
my meeting was fine. It's hard without explaining it. But basically the issue that we've been running into is still kind of blocking us from going through with the renewal. So I should have more information tomorrow on timing, but my president joined the meeting, which was really nice. And he's always good at asking like the questions that I'm kind of uncomfortable asking. Like he'll be like, not that I'm uncomfortable, but they're like and I do not mean this in a bad way, I actually mean it in a good way. Okay, there's cliche salesperson in a bad way, but there's also cliche salesperson in a good way. And he does it in the good way where like he'll say those like, they sound like written out of a book lines, but they work. And so he'll be like, you know, I'm just like complimenting them, you know, or whatever, their business and how happy they are. And then like, what do you need from us today? What can we do? Like that type of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, that's like really good. That's not my style though. And so it feels like hard for me to, there's certain things that I don't know if I'm just rambling, but.
No, I see what you mean with the style thing.
And I think
like everyone's got their own little.
Yeah. And that's why it's so nice to work at a company and have a team where they want to join calls with you and they want to help you and like kind of be your backup, especially someone that's so new to sales. There are so many questions or things that could come up that they'll think of asking that I would have never thought of because I haven't been doing this for decades.
Yeah.
So you also learn a lot that way.
Yeah.
you learn a lot. So I was really thankful because he was asking those questions that I wanted to know the answer to, but wasn't. It's a really big client, so I'm kind of walking on eggshells a lot of the time. Trying to always say the right thing and stuff, and he just kind of like says,
Yeah.
you know, like it's just secondhand for him.
It also helps to be like the president.
Yeah. Well, and it was nice for me too. It gave me, you know, I almost said their company name. My client know, like, I was able to say, I also brought the president. Portland, bleep. I'm gonna have to bleep that out. Because I said my company name last episode and I had to bleep it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was listening back and I'm like, I said my business. I have to bleep it. I got so stressed. What was I saying?
I brought the president of bleep on the call.
I just feel like that show, and he was like, I've been hearing so much about this campaign.
It definitely
and
would
company,
make you feel special as the
so I just
client.
And that's genuinely how he feels. That's actually literally what the situation is. It's just like, it was nice. So
yeah, he feels that way because they got that money to spend.
It's frustrating because what we need to do to get this solved is not in my control.
Yeah.
I'm just like the liaison, basically, like connecting people to the right people, making sure people are like, if they're not responding for a while, hey, like, how's this going? Like, can we get an update? Can you email this person back? You know, that. But otherwise, I would just sit and wait until I get more information.
Wow. That stinks.
And it's literally like life-changing money. So, yeah. Yeah.
I forgot
What?
to do that contest today.
I think you have another week. Actually, it might be end this week. Wait, what's the date?
Just missed it by 1 minute.
It ends like Valentine's Day, maybe. See, I think you have a while. But you can enter it as much as you can, I think.
I want to win.
As much as you want. What else happened? I guess that was I just started talking with no, like, explanation.
I asked you a question, too.
Oh. But what else is a catch-up for me right now?
Hi, Mama.
That's kind of boring.
I
feel like
a fake laugh.
My other catch-up is our catch-up. The birthday party.
Oh, I was like, we went to a birthday party? I remember now.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we did go to a birthday
that
party.
is my only other catch-up, really, is that night.
Crazy night.
And what followed it.
Yeah.
Man alive.
Man alive.
Do you have any other catch-ups besides the party?
We're
still in blankets.
Yeah, my furnace is still not working. Oh yeah. I'm a very good secretary. That's crazy. So how many days has it been, do we think? I think it was 23 on Friday, and it's now Monday, so 24, 25. Oh. This is day 26 with no heat.
In the Pacific Northwest.
And it's supposed to snow this week.
No,
and at first, the first company I brought out, they were like, yeah, replace this. That'll be $7,000. And then my dad brought his guys. And his guys.
Oh.
And then they were like, no, don't replace this. Like, this is perfectly good. We can fix this. They've come out 3 damn times. They can't figure out what the hell is wrong. So now they're at the point where they have to bring the manufacturers out. They're coming tomorrow. And that'll be another $169 because it costs money every time they come here. And
it's like that episode of
They
Friends.
think I am going to have to replace it.
It's like that episode of Friends when Ross has that thing on his butt and all the doctors are like,
Yeah.
call in the medical students. Like, call in Dr. I've never seen this before. It's like Kaylee's house for some reason.
Exactly.
Is the bump on Ross's butt.
I am the bump on Ross's butt.
Damn.
Yeah. So
the other night we were with Anna, Ellie, Thompson, and Zach. Those are characters in the story, I think, at this point, right?
Yeah.
And I think it was Thompson. Yeah, I think it was Thompson. And you, like, overheard it. But he was like, oh, we were in the hall leaving. He was like, so it's going to snow this week. Like, what is Keely going to do? And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
and then she, like, was walking ahead of us, and she turned around, and she was like, probably freeze to death. And I was like, that's kind of what I was going to say. Like,
Yeah. And then I was like, you're going to have to pry my pen out of my cold, dead hands. It's
there's some
frozen
left in
around
there.
my
I think we're just going to
Benjamin.
take that.
Me when Rachel was asleep on
yeah.
Halloween.
I told my mom, and she was like, what is she going to do in the house? Tell her to come over here. I was like,
well,
she knows she can come over here.
Yeah, part of me was like, well, maybe I will just go over there while it's going to be so snowy, but I am more likely to get iced into your house than I am
True.
to get iced into mine.
True.
So then I don't know how long I'd be leaving this little nugget, and it complicates things.
There are other people that in our friend group that would be like down for you to go stay too.
That would take me in.
That aren't in
But
like
still,
snowy areas.
it's just hard when the weather's going to be like, I just don't want to be in a position where he gets stuck here alone.
I know. And it's hard because obviously like it'd be ideal if you could just take Louis.
Yeah.
But
and I could like take him to my parents' house.
True.
But do I really want to do that? Do I really?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of work.
So that's my life. And so I thought I was going to have to drop $7,000. And then I was like, oh, I'm not going to have to do that. That's great. And then we were like, let's go to Europe. And now I can't not go to Europe because neurodivergence. Like, what? We can't have that plan and just take it back.
See,
I've
we
said
can't
it out
talk
loud to
about shit
people.
and then not.
And then not do it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just like, oh, we should go to Europe conceptually. It was like actively looking at flights, actively telling people factually we're going to Europe. So
yeah, I told my mom and she was like, no. And I'm like, she's like,
my mom was like, wait, really?
She was like, after what happened last time, I don't. And I'm like, you think we're gonna like leave our purses on the beach again?
You think we're that stupid? It's a one-time thing, folks.
Hopefully, like knock on wood. I mean, you could always get pickpocketed or like
we could,
or like literally robbed. So but that could happen here. So I mean, worse things.
I don't feel like it really happens here that often.
You can get robbed here.
You're more likely to get robbed than pickpocketed. At least, in Oregon.
Yeah.
Maybe in New York City you get
LA.
pickpocketed.
Like any tourist major hub cities, you're gonna have more of that, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can get shot here anywhere I go, so
big facts.
I think I'll just go to Europe.
Yeah.
And I said that to her. I was like, the world is ending.
No, literally.
I have 2 more years of my 20s. Not that I'm not going to travel in my 30s and beyond. I will. But it's just different. Every era of your life is going to be different. And I don't want Europe in my 20s. I don't want one more time. I need more. I
also just like the world is so incredibly horrendous right now. Like, not to be dark, I have no hope. What? Who said that? So I'm like, yeah, I should just go to Europe. Like, who cares? Money doesn't matter. Rebuild my savings. Why would I do that? Like,
yeah, no, it feels like that.
Actually, what's the point?
That's how.
So
whenever like the boomer, Gen X, whatever generations are like, I don't get how you guys like travel and do that. Like, well, one, we know how to travel and we're not staying at the Four Seasons. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And also like they were raised with the American dream thing of like, I want retirement at that like I want this, and like so traditional in that sense, and like saving and waiting until you're 65 to enjoy the money that you made. Obviously saving and having like money for when you're older is good, but like not doing anything until then has always like driven me crazy. And I always, when older people like say that to me, I'm like, our generation has been told since we were born that there is like a time limit on our lives.
There's literally a clock.
There's literally
a clock ticking.
We came into this world with it already in decline, extremely, and I've never imagined my life when I'm older, because I just have never thought I'd make it that far, because I'm like, well, the world's gonna end.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna live right now, and yeah, enjoy it while I can.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very much the mode I was in. And then today I was working out for the first time in like 3 weeks because it's been so cold. I've been like, I don't want to work out. And I was like, well, who knows how much longer it's going to be cold in here. Maybe I should start working out again.
You did work out in here? I feel like it'd be so hard to start.
It was really hard to start. I had 2 heaters on. And I sat in front of one of them for like 45 minutes. And then I was like, well, maybe I just don't work out. But I'd already put on my clothes and moved the coffee table, you know.
Yeah.
So I'd already committed to the
Once you put on the clothes, it helps, I think.
Yeah, I was like, well, there's no going back.
Yeah. Now I have to, like, earn my shower.
But I was working out, and I have really bad knees, and my knee, like, had a really aggressive pop. And I was like, oh, that'd be so crazy if I just, like, totally fucked my knee right now. And Mariah got here, and I was like, you got to drive me to, like, the hospital or something.
Oh, my God.
And then I would be, like, thousands of dollars in debt. Like, that's all it takes in America is, like, one visit to the hospital. So it's like, what's the point? What's the point? I'm just going to have to replace a furnace. I'm just going to have to pay a medical bill. Why not go to Europe? You know?
Yeah.
So, yes.
Can I afford it right now? No. But I have this is why I think I've been good at manifesting my whole life, is because I naturally manifest without realizing it. I'll be like, I literally will be like, oh, well, I'll have money by then and I'll have it figured out.
Yeah.
Like, I just say that, but it's a bad thing and a good thing because I manifest shit, but then I'm also, like, not preparing for things or, like, I don't really plan for future stuff. But when it comes to, like, fun things like that or, like, work, I'm just like, oh, yeah, it'll work out. It'll go through. It'll happen.
And I keep being like, oh, well, we only have to pay for the one flight. So, like, that's really not that bad. I can drop, like, a few $100s and I'll survive. And then I think about, like, last year our trip, it was like, okay, well, I'm dropping $200 this week on this Airbnb, and then $100 this week, and then you have to save to actually, like, have money to spend there. But, you know.
That's the easiest part, though.
C'est la vie.
Is when you're there and it's, like, you're just spending money on experience and culture. It's so easy to be like, I gotta try this, or I gotta do this. It's a part of the experience and the place.
I'm already here. Like, what am I gonna do?
And then we always say this, like, by the time we're actually there, we're like,
it's free.
It's free.
It's free.
We paid for this months ago. We've, like, probably replaced that money at that point.
How I felt about Mom and Me at the party. Mm-hmm. We kind of splurged on those tickets.
Worth it.
Like, we spent, I think, almost $300 each on those.
And then that night we spent a lot of money too. We got on so many
10 Aperol Spritz.
Oh, Aperol Spritz. That's what it was. Aperol Spritz.
And we had to get the little disco ball.
The disco ball that you have already.
I literally own those. You can buy them for $5.
And then we ended up throwing them away. Like, it was, and we paid for those.
Okay, but it was part of the bit.
It was part of the bit. Yeah. I don't regret it.
Yeah, but literally by that night it was like, well, free dinner. Free dinner and a show. That was so worth it, though.
Yeah, everything was paid ahead except for the drinks. So all we had to do was pay for the drinks there.
Yeah.
So it felt like, another round. And we had a really fun waitress, and she was just like, she'd look at us, we'd be like, it was fun.
Yep. I was really hoping those New York ladies were going to buy us a drink.
I know, me too. We met, like, these, well, they were acting rich. I just assumed.
They were acting rich. Well, I mean, they flew
Didn't they say, like, Upper East Side or something or some shit? I don't know. But they had money, and they were like, you know when you could just tell people have money with like the way they sit and act and laugh. The rich laugh is so real.
It is. So
I love that.
I'll never live that life. It's crazy.
What if we do?
I was actively. So I didn't teach today. I'm so distracted by
the smoke waves. Wait, you didn't teach today?
I didn't teach today. I had like a data team meeting all day, so I like had a substitute in my room.
The one where your principal was like,
oh, yeah, fill out this form beforehand or whatever.
Is that private? Do I need to cut that out?
No.
Okay.
So I had this meeting all day, and the meeting wasn't even really what it was supposed to be about. These meetings are supposed to be like productive time for you to like look at your data and adapt your instruction and things like that. But as per usual, it was just a million other things being put on her plate and no extra time to teach them or do them or plan for them. So my principal was talking, and I was like actively online looking at jobs.
Should have made a video of that. That would have been on good TikTok.
Oh, well, then it would have been too obvious.
Yeah.
But I was like,
post that.
and I was thinking about like Gen Z while that was happening, because I was like, my coworkers, if they were my age and it was this bad, and let's be clear, it was not this bad when they were this young in their teaching careers, and they will gladly admit that to me. If they were me, they'd be like, well, like, I gotta tough it out, and this is my career, and this is the path, and blah 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 blah, and you gotta stay loyal to whatever, and our generation just does not fuck with that.
Yeah.
The only thing that makes me want to continue to be a teacher is actually, it's not even the children anymore. I mean, when I give my answer, it has something to do with the children. But it used to be like, oh, I just love the children.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and that is partially what I'm teaching. Like, if I went down to a lower grade again and I wasn't dealing with a blend and I wasn't dealing with all this other BS, I'm sure there would be more joy there. But the only thing that makes me go, fuck, it's like my responsibility to stay in this career is how fucked up the world is right now. And they need to have teachers like me who give a shit.
Yeah.
And won't report them to ICE and will like... Did you see that? There was a Texas teacher that literally called.
Yeah, I did see that.
And was like, you guys need to come to this high school and blah,
blah,
blah. Someone needs to, like, protect them from the BS that's going on, and someone needs to keep teaching them about white supremacy and about racism and black history and slavery and the real and honest history and pride and gay rights and all that shit, even though it's about to be illegal. So arrest me.
I just hope that...
Remember when I said let's not talk about politics?
Yeah.
Oops.
Well, natural. Like, that's a lot of pressure to have on one person.
Yes.
And I could see how it would make you want to keep going, but it's also not a bad thing to do what's right for your mental health. And I do think, like, optimistically, a lot of Gen Z, soon Gen Alpha, which is weird, will be those people in classrooms.
Yeah.
And there's other ways that, like, if you're in a position where your mental health is good, the job that you're doing is feeding you in ways, then you'll have time to do other things to help the community. You can do other things to help the kids and stuff. You know?
Yeah. Walking around your job was, like, very... conceptually, I've thought about your job and, like, thought about being in office and stuff like that and been like, that sounds like a really, like, scary thing to start doing. Like, so nothing I've ever done before. Yeah. And I don't know. Just seems out of my realm. And then walking around your job the other day, I was like, I don't know that I could live that life. I could do some corporate remote thing, but everybody wants that job.
Yeah, that's a great job. But I like office. I don't know. I
think office as a concept is fun.
Yeah. Like, I always loved playing office as growing up. I loved it.
The visitor was really fun, like popping around, talking to all your, like, different coworkers, and everyone kind of has their different, like, vibe and space, and I could see how it'd be fun to, like, oh, I just, like, need a second and go walk around and, like, talk to somebody
to someone. It's so fun.
Whatever. But I don't know. So that was my really long 9 million tangents catch up.
Love. Yeah, Kaylee, that was on Friday that she came in. We got lunch and she came to the office on Friday afternoon. It was so funny.
Yeah.
I feel like it's fun.
We had, like, a business lunch.
We had a business lunch. We had a meeting.
Yeah, so because I got to work remote on Friday, so I, like, got a taste of the life.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So interesting.
You go to a business lunch, go back to the office. The office was quiet, but I feel like it was fun to introduce you to people that, like, I've said their names and stories, and now you, like, have their faces.
Yeah.
Except you did meet a lot of them at that event, but
yeah. And I wasn't like expecting people to know who I was.
like people recognized
like,
her.
oh, I'm a character in your life.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, and like my mentor listens to the pod sometimes, and I literally was like, it's a celeb. Like, she's finally, because she listens. She doesn't watch it, I don't think. And so I just feel like it was funny for her too to like, because I also like tell stories about you too.
Yeah.
Just like about what we do and stuff. But yeah, it's funny. It's fun to be that person that to like introduce people, and we like literally, you were at the office for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I need to get back to work.
Like,
I
gotta go to work.
So stressed. I gotta work.
Can you get back to the parking lot on your own?
Yeah. I was like, you got this, right? Yeah, I got stressed. Because that night, it was our friend Sass's birthday, his golden birthday. There was a full like itinerary. So I was like, I gotta get my work done, go home, do all my shit.
Damn, we really had like a crazy day that day.
Oh yeah, actually I left work, went to my workout, went home, showered, went to my place, did some stuff for the group, got ready, came to Kaylee's. Then when I got to Kaylee's, she was still in her sweats.
I did have my makeup done though.
I was in my car. She opened the door. She's like, I'm not ready. And Tyler was here.
That's my new thing.
And so we like hung out here for a bit. And then.
That was crazy. You said Tyler and.
Whoa. And then we went to Rontom's. And I honestly had such a fun night. Like, I really did. I had a great time. I love Rontom's. I think it's because their outside space makes me feel like you're up a little bit.
Yeah.
You just like.
I don't love their inside.
I don't love their inside either.
Really just overwhelming. I think it's always super loud and it's hard to find a seat.
It's so hard to like move around.
It's hard to get a drink and.
I'm like.
The vibe is really cool. I always like walk in and I'm like, this would be a really cool date spot.
It would be a cool date spot.
But not if you want to hear your
But if
date.
you went on like a weekday night for a date, it's probably like pretty chill. But yeah, I literally am like, I don't care what the weather is, we're going outside. Like if there's an outside option, I'm gonna be outside.
Yeah.
And we were just like standing outside, like some people smoking cigs, everyone had a drink in their hand, we're like yapping. Like
I swear to you, the whole bar was there for this man.
Oh.
He was like walking up to every table talking to them, and I was like, oh, I thought these were just random people, but they're people that are here for your birthday.
I literally was like, Sass, how many friends do you have? And he's like, I don't even know. I'm like,
crazy.
Like I can name
like
all my
a lot of friends these days.
Me too. Yeah, but I can name them.
Not
all.
a lot of like core friends, but a lot of friends that we can invite to things.
Yeah.
And still, I don't think like that many people would show
Sass
up and like stay for like the whole. Yeah. Like there was an itinerary.
Yeah, there was an itinerary, and people followed it. He collects. Like if you meet Sass, you're probably gonna leave that hangout being his friend.
Yeah.
That's just him, and it's amazing. Like he met two of my friends for the first time.
What?
For the first time last week at our picnic, or wait, was it last week? Yeah, at our picnic.
Well, some of them at happy hour, and then
some of them at happy hour. Yeah. And Sass was like, "You guys are coming to my birthday." I love it. It was a very crazy night.
It was.
We ended up going to Badlands after, and
which we've been talking about wanting to go there, so
very, very, very happy with going there.
Yeah, that was super fun.
We were on the dance floor for I don't even know how long, probably a while.
Yeah.
Sass's
pants. Dance floor was packed.
It was like, sweaty.
It was like you weren't even really dancing. It was like you were just
getting
like pushed back and forth by the other people dancing.
It honestly made me feel like I was on drugs, and it was kind of a vibe. I was like, I'm not on drugs right now, but I'm literally like, well, also we had sunglasses on, and every time I'm wearing sunglasses, I feel like I'm more fucked up than I am.
Yeah.
I think that's a reason why I like it.
When my chuckle hit, though, I was like, whoa.
Oh, yeah. She's like, my chuckle hit. Oh, no, you were like, it's hitting. And I was like, what? The music?
Yeah, the music's
it's
really
hitting. Yeah, and then Sass's, and I'm like the whole dance floor, well, not the whole dance floor, but like the whole center of the dance floor was Sass's group, and he was just like going around dancing on everyone. Like, this man his white shirt was see-through.
Oh my God.
Covered in sweat.
Yeah.
But you just had to, like, it was the vibe at the time. You just had to roll with it. And then his pants ripped. Wait. And then his pants ripped, and it was like this big of a rip. And then as the night went on,
everyone's
like putting their hands in there. By the time, okay, Sass, I'm so sorry, but I might have to put up a photo.
You have to, yeah.
Sass, I apologize, but I also know you would tell me to do it for the bit. So
yeah,
I know you'd support this decision. So this is what Sass's pants looked like at the end of the night. I'm sorry, it was the funniest shit. We ended up going to this dive after the gay dance party, and it was just like a regular dive, but at this point everyone's pretty fucked. Like, I'd say.
Yeah. As the sober person in the room, I was several times like, we're gonna get kicked out. Like, how have we not gotten
I was drunk
kicked out?
And I was like, we're gonna get kicked out. Yeah, that bar was fun. And then at one point, someone put a pool ball in my pocket, like from the pool table. I had no idea. I'm at this bar, don't know when it was put in there, have no idea. We leave, the bar closes. At this point, the bar's closing, and Jesse and Sass are on the floor of a dive bar, like rolling around.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it was time to leave. And we leave. I don't even think I realized it until
we were outside.
We were outside of the bar?
No, it was right before we were right next to the bar on our way out. And you put your hands in your pocket, and then you like barely took it out. And you're like, I didn't do that. Who did that?
I didn't do it. I was like, I didn't steal it. Someone is framing me. But then I was like, who the fuck put a ball in my pocket? Like, I want to know so badly who did it and when. I want to know.
I feel like it was Trent.
I feel like it could be Trent. I feel like it could be, honestly, any of the boys.
Yeah. Who's the other one who always forgets who I am, and I'm forgetting his name right now?
Nathan?
Could have been him.
Are you thinking chain smoker and mustache?
Yeah.
Yeah. He would love that description. He would love that. Yeah, so then we left there, and then I don't know how the birthday boy ended up in our car. We're friends with Sass, but, like, we're not his closest friends.
Yeah, not
there.
Like we're driving him around on his birthday clothes. Like, we're happy to, but, like, would assume he'd want to be with other people.
Like, I met Sass because he's in my cousin's friend group, and my cousins and I are close, so I always make friends with their friends. But he's, like, siblings with my cousin, basically.
Yeah.
And he ends up in our car. And then we parked right by this Taco Bell, and then Sass ran.
Sass was in charge of getting us directions to
Afters. Why was Sass in charge?
And Sass was like, you're gonna go to this light and then go left. And then I'd get to that light and I'd be like, so I'm going left here. And he'd be like, no, go up to this street and then go right. And I was like, okay. And then I get to the next light. You're gonna go right on blah blah blah. And then basically took me in a big circle. You were like, Sass, do you even know where you're going?
Oh. Sass. Yeah.
So, yeah,
Sounds
Sass
right.
got us lost, and then we parked by Taco Bell.
And then he, like, ran into the drive-thru line.
Yeah. Well, he knew someone in the drive-thru line. One of his friends that we were with earlier was in the drive-thru. So he, like, disappeared. He's strutting around in his ripped pants. Like, they're literally assless chaps at this point.
It's the middle of the night. It's, like, 2:30 in the morning in Portland in January. And he's wearing a wet T-shirt, and his pants ripped down
the clothes were wet.
Yeah, and he had no jacket. He lost his jacket.
Yeah, well, it wasn't even a jacket. It was short sleeve.
Yeah, he lost that earlier, like way early in the night.
Yeah, his new cool Guinness jacket that he thrifted, and then
was it a shirt or was it a jacket?
Ripped his favorite pair of pants. It was like a button-up T-shirt thing, I think.
It was a super cool shirt.
It was really cool. I wanted
that disappeared, and then we're standing outside of, there's like a walk-up window. We're like, Sass, did you order food? He's like, no, I don't know. He did. He just forgot.
Well, we had been waiting there because he said he was going to order a Crunchwrap. And then he disappeared, and I thought he walked through the drive-thru, and then he came back, and we're like standing, and I'm like, so did you order your food? And he's like, no, I should.
And then his like food got called out a second later, basically. And then we
walked
to his friend's house, and they were having afters at theirs, and we stayed there for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It was basically to get the birthday boy
Yeah,
there.
we had to do our due diligence and get the birthday boy to the afters. And then we were like...
Like, the people that we were with are older than us, a lot of them, and they can party until 6 a.m. I cannot.
And, like, then go drink all day the next day.
Or, like, have a day. Like, they'll wake up and do stuff, and I'm like, what? I could barely get out of bed. I didn't get out of bed till 12:30.
Oh, my God, is that when you left here?
I don't know. My aura told me I didn't get up until 12:30.
Yeah, so we came back here and
The car ride here was so bad.
oh yeah,
I thought I was literally gonna die.
I was like, do you want me to pull over? No.
I was like on the freeway, like I rolled down the
she
window
gets
and
really
I'm like,
car sick.
but I like can never tell after a night of drinking, like, well, I think it's the combination.
Yeah.
It makes it way worse. I'm like hammered and car sick, so then you just have the spins basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the spins really bad and I wanted to throw up. So I was like a dog, like
Out the window, yeah.
out the window, and then we get back here and I was fine.
Well, there was a match we really wanted to watch that was on at 4:30. We got home at 4 and we were like, we could just stay up and watch the match, but we knew we weren't going to stay awake the whole time.
No, like once
But
we got
I'm
here,
sad I missed it.
it was a crazy match.
I actually missed
You
2
can still
big
watch
matches
it.
that
It's
day.
on for like a week, I think, on replay.
I know, but I've already watched the highlights.
Yeah.
So then we wake up, and I've been up for like, actually this was really unlike me. I was up for like 2 hours. And
Like
I
up?
didn't have anything on TV. I
Oh.
didn't have any music playing. I was just sitting in silence,
In
looking at
silence?
flights. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you were doing that for so long. I kept going in and out of sleep, and every time I would like glance over, you were in like a different position, looking at flights, like
Clickety-clackety.
for hours.
Yeah. Well, you got to do what you got to do to
Yeah,
find the
but
right
it was
deal.
silent.
And yeah, it was silent. And I'm really stressed that we didn't book that flight that day because I
We
forgot
should
to
look
look at them
tomorrow.
yesterday, and Sunday's ideal. And I missed that. And then I looked today and I was like, ooh.
Isn't Tuesday the best?
We need to buy. Like, if we're going to do it, we got to lock in.
Okay,
Um,
I'll do it.
But it was funny. So I'm like looking at flights, and then every once in a while she'll wake up. But I don't know she's awake. She's sleeping. And then I just
was like
hear her
back to you, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like turned over.
I just hear her rip her vape. I'm like, oh, she's awake.
and then a puff of smoke, and then back out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was down bad. I mean, honestly, I didn't feel like so hungover that I like no sleep. The day before was crazy. I was hungover, but not like I need to go throw up
That was
hungover.
a really late night. I feel like it was just like, well, I didn't drink, so I guess I can't speak for you, but I was going to say it was exhausting more than anything
It was
else.
like the brain fog, like who am I feeling?
Yeah.
And then that night we went to the Blazer game.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Who are we?
I don't know.
Yeah, so she gets out of bed finally. She goes, well, I'll be back in 5 hours.
And I just went home and like laid in bed.
Can we just talk about how convenient it is that my house is on the way to anywhere else we go? So we just get to carpool all the time.
Yeah. It just makes sense.
We never have to show up alone. We can take turns who drives.
Pretty
A lot of the
convenient.
times it makes sense for her to sleep over here. It works out really well for me.
Yeah, I'd love for your furnace to work though.
Yeah, it would be pretty nice.
Except your bed is so cozy with the
heated blanket.
heated blanket. It's like actually, it's not bad in your room. It's really warm.
No,
cozy.
my room is very comfortable.
Yeah. But we're just such couch people.
I know. Well, that night you were like, "Are we gonna?" She had her Taco Bell. She's like, "Are we gonna eat the Taco Bell out here, or like, are we going to bed?" And
Yeah.
I miss our like nights on the couch.
I love sleeping out
And my
here.
couch is so comfortable. Like we sleep.
I
out here.
usually sleep on the couch when I stay,
Yeah.
but not these days.
No, I miss her. But I was gonna say I've been so cold. I'm like not motivated to do anything around the house. I haven't been working out. I haven't been cleaning. I don't want to cook. Like you're just freezing
Yeah.
whenever you leave the room. So I did finally like wash my bedding the other day. I've been down pretty bad. So I was like, I'm just gonna like pretend I'm in my clean girl mindset right now,
Mhm.
and maybe it'll help. And it did actually help until I went to work. But I washed my bedding, and then I put the heated blanket in there differently. I did fitted sheet, top sheet, heated blanket, duvet. So now the heated blanket is not directly on me when I sleep, but it warms up my duvet on top and it warms up my sheets on the bottom. And the way I like fold my duvet over on the top, it's folded over like underneath it, which I didn't even do on purpose. So I have perfect access to the button, and it's nice and warm for Louis when he sleeps there all day. And I'm like pretty excited to get in there when we're done with this.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Louis, do you love the heated blanket?
Oh, he loves it. Louis loves having the heat out because he's like, oh, you come home and we just literally lay in bed for hours? Like, that's what I've been doing. I would hate to know, and I guess I could look. I could find out. I would hate to know, like, how little, I guess, I've been moving in the last 3 weeks.
Doesn't your Apple Watch tell you?
Yeah. But most days I just come home and take it off.
Got it.
But, yeah,
God,
Louis
he's so
thriving.
cute.
He's so happy right now. He got a little snore.
Did
He's awake. He had to have a little sniff.
What else?
So this episode is just going to be one really long catch-up.
Yeah.
About a weekend that didn't really need this long of a catch-up.
No, but funny stories.
Yeah.
And then the next morning, well, I don't know. Okay, so we left, but they kept going. And Sass went to stay at my cousin and her boyfriend's apartment, and he fell through their glass coffee table.
So funny.
Damn, I wish I had that video.
So then it's on video?
No, the video of Sass carrying the legs of the table.
Oh, the
I want
picture?
that to put.
Oh, no, it is video. Yeah, that was really funny. So the next morning, it's like him in his sweatshirt and sweatpants.
Tucked into his cowboy
boots. And he's literally wearing the table frame, like, as a necklace walking down the street.
And then they went to the thrift.
Had to get a new table.
Yeah. I don't know if they found one, but I should ask.
That's so funny.
It was a good weekend, but, like...
It was busy.
It was busy. And after the game, we hung out with friends for a while. And I just got so, like, my social battery was out. I was so tired. I was like, I'm so excited to just be in bed. And my plan was just to sleep as much as I could into the next day.
Yeah.
And I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's so lovely.
And then even when I woke up, I just stayed in bed for a while. And then when I got out of bed,
I'm so glad we did that, though, because I've been mentally unwell. Like, I can't remember if I talked about this last time. In a way that's, like, very different than my normal. Like, I'm, like, annoyed with people that have been doing nothing wrong. And I've been very avoidant. And normally when I am upset, like, I gravitate towards people. So I've just, like, been ignoring messages and not, like, wanting to see people or hang out or anything. So I'm glad we ended up going over there for just, like, a little low-key hang.
A do
like,
nothing hang.
This doesn't have to be, like, a big to-do. I can just literally sit here.
Yeah.
And I can sit here in silence, too, if I want. Like, and just be around people. It was nice.
It's a good group. Yeah. We have really great friends. Truly.
I love you guys. Stop, I'll cry. I've also really been on the crying train.
Didn't that happen that night?
That night?
Did you start to cry?
I don't think
Did I make that up?
I cried twice at the game, but I didn't cry when we were hanging out later. I don't know. The floodgates have just opened.
That's good.
I've been talking about how I, like, want to cry more, and now, it's happening.
Yeah.
I cry over every little thing. I took work off on Thursday. I probably cried 10 times. Well, that wasn't a good day. Those weren't, like, good cries. But still.
Gotta let it out.
Yeah. I see a triggering bumper sticker.
Oh.
Cry.
You're, like, feeling things.
I'm, like, really feeling things.
I'm, like,
it's ever
dissociating from the real shit right now.
It's ever since we sat here and talked about real shit a week ago when I started crying.
Shit.
Nice going, airhead.
Womp womp. And we have a crazy weekend this weekend.
Oh my God, we do.
I'm going to the Groundhog Day. That's too good. I cannot miss that.
Everyone was talking about how they do that. What am I gonna do? Not go?
I think we have to go.
It's
gonna be okay. Like my cousin's
Which I
boyfriend.
didn't know Groundhog's Day was last weekend.
I know.
I was so thrown
I was
off
like,
by
oh,
that.
Phil.
Also, Phil said 6 more weeks of winter.
Yeah. Yeah. Videos that are like, this is a message for Phil. So fucking funny. My cousin's boyfriend's family has had a tradition. What did he say? 20 years or some shit?
I don't know, a long time.
Of doing a Groundhog's Day party, and they like, it's 2 houses, so like his parents and their like family friends, and they do like basically like a fucking day party festival. There's going to be live music. There's going to be like a giant burning of an effigy or whatever.
Wait,
some
what?
shit. An effigy. It was like, yeah, there's like a theme, but I don't really understand the theme.
Yeah, I don't really know how I'm gonna dress
There's
for
a
the
flyer.
theme.
Like it's like a huge
thing.
deal, so we gotta go.
And his family's English.
They're
so
English,
that's
yeah.
a win.
Yeah, we get to talk to people with accents. That's fun.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Yeah. And
the Super Bowl.
and we've met his siblings and they're so fun too, so we know like people there. And then we have a Super Bowl party, but it's more so like a commercial food, drink, halftime show party.
Yeah, I do love that about it.
And it's just like
I hope
our
nobody's
close
like
friends.
into the game.
I don't think so.
like,
We're a
I don't
bunch of
care.
girls, gays, and theys.
Like, I don't give a fuck
Yeah.
at all.
I'm rooting for Abbott's team personally.
Me too. I'll keep my reasons to myself though.
And our friends, Rachel. I always say like, I'm like, wait, Rachel.
Wait, you guys know Rachel.
And Rachel's particle for it. It was like, I don't know what it said, but it was like T Swift or Team Abbott or Team Ava.
Team Ava.
Team Ava. For Abbott Elementary. Obviously, if you don't know, you should know. If you don't.
I'm Team Ava.
I'm Team Ava all the way. How could you pick? Never mind.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to have to keep a lot of our thoughts to ourselves. Just had a thought about the Grammys that I'm going to keep to myself too.
Okay, is no one else like Beyonce winning after all the Diddy shit? Is that not?
And she's never won Album of the Year, and she happens to win it when she makes a country album.
And she happens to win it when all the other albums in the category were like
Insanely good.
and like top albums and like on the charts, whatever. Like Beyonce, I like haven't heard.
I'm so sorry, I have
anything.
not listened to that album once.
I haven't listened to it once, and I maybe have only heard one song, and it was because Rachel played it.
This ain't Texas.
Oh, is that on that
I
album?
know that from Cheer Camp. That's the only reason.
Did that come out in 2024? I'm so confused.
I think it did, yeah.
I felt like, I don't know, I was like,
Do they call these the 2024 Grammys? I was thinking about this in the car.
They
Or
don't
the
call them-
2025 Grammys.
they don't call them like by the year ever.
Hmm.
Because they call them by the 97th.
Because I was like, it's really confusing because
But it's the year before.
it's
There's
just
dates.
barely 2025
Yeah.
now, but everything had to come from the year before. There was one thing that I was like, how is this eligible for a Grammy right now? Like, didn't that come
Like,
out a long
Hit
time
Me Hard
ago?
and Soft. Hit Me Hard and Soft.
Billy's tears in her eyes.
I saw someone's comment and was like, I feel like this was the first year that she actually felt like she deserved to win. Did you read that too?
I think we watched the exact same TikTok and read the same
was like-
comment. Crazy.
I was like, fuck, that's...
Yeah, that's brutal.
I mean, I do think she's deserved every award. She's...
Yes.
And Phineas. Her and Phineas are just, like, actually
And
insane.
I don't think she thinks.
Yeah.
That.
But, I mean,
Because I know her so well.
Brat, also, obviously Sabrina, like, so many fucking insane
Mhm.
albums. Hit Me Hard and Soft. Whoa.
Yeah.
And Billy was, like, the only one out of them who didn't win.
Didn't win a thing.
Mm-mm.
Well, Taylor didn't win a thing either. That was my thought I was
Womp
going to keep
womp.
in my head, but I had to say it. Ah! Sorry, Tyler. Sorry, Rachel.
Did anyone hear my stomach just now?
I did.
I think I'm done.
Yeah. I don't really know what else to say.
I think I'm good.
I've dumped it all out.
Is there anything else on my mind that I want to get off my chest?
Yeah. Is there? Say it out loud. Say it loud and proud, girl. It's Cheetah-licious.
The tongue, I couldn't. Licious. I just... Fuck ice.
Oh,
That's what I want to get off my chest.
you wanted to get off your chest. I thought you were gonna say something about
There's a Oregon ice protest coming up. Look at our Instagram or the Discord for info. Okay. Anything that you want to get off your chest?
I'd like to echo that sentiment.
Sentiment.
Oh, I've also decided I'm no longer going to say that man's name. The
What
big
man?
orange
Oh.
twat.
Okay.
I'm going to call him 45. That's the only name he gets.
Not 47. 45. Okay.
How does that work? Is he 45 and 47?
He is. Both.
Damn.
45, 47.
4547.
Don't even talk about 4547.
Wait,
Kind of like it.
I kind of do too. It's
I don't want to hear about
It's like a
4547.
failed experiment.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, yeah, remember experiment 4547?
Remember when the world ended because of 4547?
I do remember that.
Damn.
Shit. That's my new thing.
Yeah.
It's like, we got a 2319,
it's like
but it's like,
actually
we got a 4547.
All right. And on that note.
Why'd we both do that?
We're such knee slappers.
It's really tripping me out lately. Like, I think we're having more moments than normal.
We say things in
Or
sync all the time.
Maybe they just feel more prominent because there's other people listening now.
Yeah.
But it's like we'll be in conversation with people and then we'll say something and we'll go.
All right. Thank you so much for watching or listening to the It's Time podcast.
So much.
Thank you, Flower Bloom, for sponsoring our episode. Go visit Flower Bloom. Go visit Flower Bloom.
Go visit that Flower Bloom.
Go visit Flower Bloom right this second. We love you.
I want a Pop-Tart from Flower Bloom.
I want a bodega sandwich right now.
Oh, the bodegas.
The bodega is my favorite. We have new episodes every single Wednesday. What have I said and what have I not? I'm Raya, that bitch is Kaylee. We have new episodes every single Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Fuck 4547.